And from your own point of view, how do you view Egypt's participation in the G20 summit in Brazil?
At the outset, I would like to welcome you and everyone. In fact, it is very important that Egypt is going to participate in the G20 summit because it is going to express African matters and in these sessions, and as well Egypt is going to shed light on some international and regional crises, and through its participation in the G20 summit, Egypt as well is going to shed light on the investment opportunities that the countries of Africa can benefit from. And in fact, Egypt is going to as well preview a number of other regional matters. And in fact, Egypt has a portfolio of investments that is quite diverse. And right now, Egypt is one of the leading countries in the production of green ammonia and green hydrogen, which is attracting a lot of investment. In fact, and Egypt on the agricultural level has been able to increase its agricultural expanses of land. And I believe that Egypt is going to utilize the G20 in order to attract more and more investment momentum.
Sir, what economic benefits could Egypt gain from its participation in the summit?
In fact, the summit in and of itself is a convention of the biggest 20 world economies, and so Egypt is going to utilize the sessions of the G20 summit by shedding light on Egypt's investment opportunities. And as I have mentioned previously, Egypt has a lot of opportunities for investment and can cater for the needs of a lot of world economies. And right now, Egypt is a great incumbent environment for investment, for world investment. And in fact, the IMF recently, or the Reach institution and the Qnews institution, all these three institutions have worked together and have been monitoring the growth of the Egyptian economy. And as a result of that, they increased the credit classification of Egypt. Right now, Egypt has a number of economic sectors, including green economy, agricultural development, the use of renewable and new energy sources, and green hydrogen and green ammonia as well. All these sectors are actually replete with investment opportunities, and China is one of the countries that are now benefiting from these opportunities because China has established a industrial zone or industrial park in the governorate of Suez, and all these matters and signs attest to the fact that Egypt is an incumbent environment for lucrative investments. And in fact, as well, the participation of Egypt in such a global summit is going to attract a lot of direct foreign investment, and is definitely going to benefit the investors that are going to pump finances into these investment opportunities as well, of course.
Yes. Dr. Behweshi, what are the key economic relations between Egypt and the G20 countries? How can they be best utilized?
In fact, Egypt has excellent relations with all the 20 countries that are member states of the G20 summit. Egypt has direct trade relations with these states. And right now, after Egypt joined the BRICS complex, most of the member states of the BRICS are actually member states of the G20 summit as well. And so right now we have two economic poles convening together and intersecting in the upcoming G20 summit. And I believe that all these states are going to try to benefit from the economic opportunities and investment opportunities provided by Egypt. And right now, Egypt is present on the table of the G20 summit. This attests to the significance and the strategic importance of Egypt being the gateway to the Middle East and Africa. And we, of course, all know, and the international community knows, that Egypt always represents the African or the Pan-African voice in these international conference sessions. And Egypt is never just interested in its own national interests, but it cares about the entirety of the African continent. Egypt always voices out the needs of the African continent and tries to attract direct foreign investment, not just to itself, but to the Pan-African countries.